everybody, welcome to Flow with Elise. So today we've got a practice where we're focusing on our breath and breathing. So there's really two components to this. Well, the first is matching your breath up to the movement. It's something that we need to continuously practice in yoga because it's not the easiest thing to do. There's lots to focus on at once. So today is more practice for that for you. The second component is going to be about opening up parts of us that will help us to breathe deeper and breathe more effectively. So we're going to really move in ways that are going to stretch and open the places that will help us to do that. So I would recommend today, if you have them, yoga blocks, just for a couple of poses that might make them a bit easier. If you don't have yoga blocks, something like a big textbook, a dictionary, so you only need one. So anything like that will do. If you haven't got anything like that available to you, that's absolutely fine. You can still do it anyway. It just can make it a little bit easier. So with that being said, get your drink bottle, get yourself ready, and I'll see you back here on the mat. So we're going to begin in a nice comfortable seat of your choice. If you do find it challenging to sit down for a long period of time, please feel free to sit on the edge of a rolled up mat or towel, cushion, your blocks if you have them available. Otherwise, you can come and sit down on the mat here with me. So once you're ready, we're just going to begin by connecting in with our breath, just to get used to controlling that breath and also to fall into our bodies on the mat today and forget about everything that's happened and everything that is going to happen today, to just land here now. So to do so, place your hands gently on your belly, and as you inhale, press your belly into your hands, so you're blowing it out like a balloon. And exhale, drawing your belly back in, pressing all the air back out, making room for a fresh inhalation. So continue like this. You might like to close down your eyes if it helps. And I invite you to play around with, once you have done that, you have pressed your tummy into your hands with your inhalation, seeing if you can just bring it up into your ribs as well. And so focusing on not only bringing your ribs forward, but also out to the sides to really open up. So inhale, pressing your belly into your hands, and then bringing the air up into the ribs. And then exhaling it all back out. Have a go like that for a while. It's really challenging, but really good to practice. So go easy on yourself. And once you've done that a few times, I invite you to continue doing that. But at the end of the inhalation, pause and see if you can inhale a little bit more air and then let it all go. Getting even more air into the lungs, oxygenating that body, letting it know there's plenty of air, and shifting into the parasympathetic state. And we'll go do a couple more like that. Beautiful. Now placing your hands onto your thighs and just letting your body breathe at its own pace for a moment. Lovely. Now if you did close down your eyes, just fluttering your eyelids open, we're going to practice connecting up a movement first before we go into opening up the parts of us, the parts of our body that will really help us breathe deeply in day-to-day life. So to begin with, interlace your hands and press your palms forwards. As we inhale, we're going to lift our hands up and overhead, pressing away from the body, so getting a nice stretch at the same time. And then as you exhale, breaking free and letting your hands float down, trying to use the whole breath. So the movement is the whole breath, and as you finish your exhale, your hands reach the ground, and then we come back and move back to our inhalation. So let's just try that together now. Interlace your hands, palms facing away. Now inhale, up and overhead. And exhale, breaking free, floating down, using the whole breath. Again, interlacing hands. And exhale. And so you might be doing this at a different speed to me. That's completely fine. Move with your own breath. Really float those hands down, and they might also float up. Ease in the movement. Wherever you're at, do that one more time, one inhalation and one exhalation. Beautiful. And then gently and with control, moving into all fours, we're going to connect our whole body up with our breath now. So knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, nice long spine, looking down in your center, but just in front of those hands. Tops of the feet on the ground. This time, as you inhale, you're going to tilt your tailbone, so you're lifting your sit bones up towards the ceiling, lower your belly, chest open and forward and looking forward. And as you exhale, beginning from the tailbone, you're going to tuck the tailbone under, drawing the belly in, pressing away from the mat and chin to chest. And then connecting that with the breath, again, start the inhalation and then move for the rest of the inhalation, and then start the exhalation and follow the movement after the breath. So let's give that a go, beginning with the inhale. So inhale, belly to mat, chest forward, look forward, and exhale, tilting your tailbone under, pressing away, chin to chest. Now continue doing that with your own breath. I'll be quiet because there's lots to focus on here. Great. And after your next exhalation, coming back to a neutral spine. Fantastic. So come around now. So your side on to your mat. Come up towards the right side of your mat. Have your right knee under right hip. Left leg comes out straight to the side of your body, so your toes are pointing forwards, really focusing on pressing into the mat with that foot, especially the outer edge of that foot. That activates this leg and helps you get stronger. So really focus on pressing into that. From here, you're going to lift your right hand up high, really stretching up tall. Imagine there's a thread coming out the top of your head and someone's drawing you up. As you inhale, and then exhale, place your left hand on your left leg and just roll it down that leg. Now, you don't need a lot of movement here, but what you do need to focus on is drawing that right shoulder back as much as possible so you've got a lovely open chest. And then breathe here. This can be really challenging to breathe into this side body, your ribs opening up through your ribs and your lungs. If you don't do this movement much, you might feel like your breath is really constricted here. Just breathe the best as you can and stay as calm as possible. Letting your body know it's okay to let go. Release the tension. And if it is something that you're finding a lot of constriction with, it might be a really good pose. This is called gate pose. It might be a really good one to practice regularly until you start to feel the opening there. It can really make a difference to your day-to-day life when you can breathe deeper because you haven't got those physiological restrictions stopping you. Great. Now inhale here. As you exhale, again, with control, sliding that hand back up and then coming forwards. Now, I should have said this before to have your block within reach. I apologize, but grab that block. I'm going to have to move over a bit here because I've got a plant in the way. But you stay where you are. So pressing the sole of the foot into the ground, knee under hip here. This time, going to inhale, stretch up again. As you exhale, bring your right hand down to the right block. Now, you've got two options here. You can either reach the left hand up and overhead, or if this is really tough on your neck, you can bring that hand and just let your head rest in that hand. Then you're going to open up, so you're twisting open towards the ceiling. So pulling back this left shoulder and looking up towards the ceiling, remembering to continue to press into your left foot on the ground, the sole of your foot. Really strong pose here. Keep breathing, keep it controlled. In and out through your nose. Exhale. And then as you inhale, use that to lift yourself back up into the middle. Now place both hands, so your hands are in the creases of your hips, draw in your abdominal muscles, and you're going to tip forwards from the hips, going as far as you can, and then placing your hands on the ground. So you've got a nice long spine. You want your wrists under your shoulders here, so walk them around until they're under your shoulders, your body is leaning forwards. You're still pressing into the sole of your foot, and breathe here for a moment. Neck and head are an extension of the spine, so make sure you're looking just in front of your hands. Great. Now walk your left hand so it's straight under your nose in the center of your hands, fingers spread wide, and then draw your right hand up and open up as much as you can. You might find a fair bit of tightness here. It doesn't need to be a big, wide, open movement. Just do what you can. And breathe. Exhale. And let's swap over those hands. So right hand down in front of your nose, left hand up, twisting from your middle back. Brilliant. Bringing that hand back down, walking your hands back towards your body and coming back up. Good stuff. So draw that leg back in and we're just going to have a quick rest in child's pose here. Going to have your knees and feet together for this one and then coming forwards and resting your forehead on the mat with your hands coming down back by your body. Now, if that's a bit challenging, you can always bring the ground up to you by resting your forehead on that block you had. So whichever option you like is absolutely fine. Great. Now slowly and with control lifting back up and let's take it to the other side. So again, we're going to start in our gate pose, this time coming to the left side of the mat, left knee under left hip, right leg goes out straight, pressing into the sole of your foot, toes facing forwards. Inhale, stretching up through that side body, growing really tall first, and then resting your right hand on the right leg. Inhale, exhale, moving that right arm down slightly. Again, not a big movement needed here. We're focusing on the ribs, opening them up, finding space there, allowing you to breathe deeper day in and day out, which in turn allows your body to be calmer, more relaxed. Remember this left shoulder coming back so you've got a nice wide open chest. And breathe. Inhale again. And exhale, coming back to center. Again, stay where you are if you have the space. If you've got your block handy, place it down next to you. You're going to reach up and grow tall again and place your left hand down on that block. Right hand can either support your neck or come out long. Whichever one works for you today is fine. Open up, tilt open towards the ceiling by drawing your right shoulder back and breathe here. Lovely. Inhale one more time. And exhale, lifting yourself back up to center. Again, placing your fingers in the creases of your hips, drawing in the abdominals, and then with a long spine coming down as far as you can, and then placing your hands down so your wrists are under your shoulders, chest. Everyone can't see if you're there, buddy. I know, that's a nice cuddle. Okay, breathing here for a moment. Getting some nice doggy breath. And then bringing your right hand so it's under your nose, fingers spread comfortably wide, and then drawing the left hand up and open. I can feel that there's a lot more restriction on this side. It's a lot harder for me to open up. It's probably got something to do with holding a 1-year-old baby quite often. And you will likely find the same as you move through yoga. Our bodies, they're different on either side. It's a whole different posture when you take it to the other side. Breathing here. And exhale, coming back down, replacing that hand that's on the earth and opening up through the other side, twisting through the middle spine. So you want it to be coming from there rather than just opening up through the top body. Inhale and exhale, slowly coming back down. Okay, we're going to come back into that child's pose again now. Knees and feet together. Sit bones back towards your heels, arms down by your side for this one. Balancing out all that opening. And if these aren't movements that you do often, these lateral stretches, you might really be feeling this one tomorrow. You might even be feeling it now. It's so important to help with our effective breathing from day to day. And slowly coming back up. Going to come back down, this time on our backs. So slowly laying back down. You want your feet, toes to be facing forwards, feet parallel and about equivalent with your sit bones. So bring the heels in as close to your body as you can so that they can still be flat on the earth. You want about a palm's distance between your legs. Now, you focus here on them not coming in or out during your movements. You want them to stay that distance apart. Generally what that means is you need to consciously draw them back in towards each other a little bit. And the movement comes from the tailbone. So as you exhale, draw the tailbone up like we did in cat-cow, and from there rolling up through the spine, lifting up. And then exhale, coming from the top this time, rolling the spine back down on the mat. And let's do that again one more time. So again, starting from the tailbone, lifting. Inhale first. Exhale, lifting from that tailbone, rolling up through the spine, pressing into your feet. When you get to the top, if you like, you might like to interlace your hands and draw your shoulder blades under yourself, bringing your chest up towards your chin, looking straight up at the ceiling, remembering to draw those knees in together to make sure you've still got a gap. They're not coming out too wide. And breathe here. Another great stretch to get opening through the ribs, and through the side body, through the chest, allowing you to breathe deeply. Inhale one more time here. And then exhale with control. Break that interlace of the hands if you had it, and vertebra by vertebra, rolling back down through the spine onto the mat. Great stuff. Now, if you like, bring your knees up to your chest and just roll around a little bit. You've done a great job today, and potentially, as I said, you might have been stretching and opening muscles and tendons and parts of your body that you haven't for a while. So go easy on yourself the next couple of days. Make sure you're drinking lots of water as well. Bringing your legs flat out along the ground, arms down your side, feet splaying out, relax comfortably, and palms facing up. We're in Shavasana. So close your eyes. And we've done a lot of controlling the breath. So now I just want you to have no control over the breath. Just let your body breathe as it wishes. And just notice the breath now. Feeling the relaxation spread through your body, starting from your toes, feeling the relaxation move up through your feet, through your ankles, your lower legs. It might feel like warmth, it might feel like tingling, it might feel like heaviness. Moving up through your knees and upper legs, through your sits bones and your hips and your pelvis, through your fingers, hands, lower arms, upper arms, tummy, lower back, mid back, chest and lungs and upper back. Coming up through your shoulders, the relaxation, up through your neck, letting go, your jaw, your cheeks, the space between your eyebrows, your forehead, the back of your head, and the very top of your head, the crown. Noticing your whole body at once now. Feeling so relaxed. Please stay here for as long as you have available to you, enjoying that relaxation. Once you are done, whenever that might be, first rolling over to your side and staying here for a few moments before really gradually pressing up into a comfortable seat, making sure all the movements are nice and slow. I thank you so much for flowing with me today, and I hope that you've enjoyed the practice, and I look forward to seeing you here on the mat again soon.